Bench Opinions. Three idiots with amateur analysis.
Welcome to another episode of Bench Opinions, everybody. It's Friday. We're back with another What a Week episode. We missed one last week because we were all traveling. I was actually not. I was back here, but couldn't do one on my own.
Yes.
You could have done a monologue.
Correct.
That would have been interesting. So, let me tell you about my week.
What a week it's been for me.
Yeah.
It's essentially what I go through every weekend anyway, in my head.
I was quite confused about that because, yes, you were back on Friday, but we recorded on a Monday or Tuesday, and on those days you weren't back yet. So
It's true.
Bit of a mindfuck that.
The people don't know that.
No.
I mean, we do say it every week. So, we went to Scotland to surprise a friend of ours for his birthday.
There were multiple surprises.
Yeah.
Some of them were a surprise. Some of them were ruined.
Yeah. So listen, we surprised him. The three of us, your girlfriend Dom, we managed to surprise him. He wasn't taken aback by it. We was sort of walked in when they were sitting in the garden, and when we called out his name and sang happy birthday, there seemed to just be like a look of.
It was like a bit of a dial-up router there, you know?
Yeah.
He's still trying to find a connection there.
He didn't seem that excited to see us.
Oh,
I don't know if it was like, oh shit, now I've got to take care of these guys for the week, or if it was,
Maybe had some
Who are these
sexy
people?
plans on the weekend and they were ruined.
sorry,
There
apologies.
were a lot of variables there, though, because like the house that he bought is not finished, which is, I think, was a small technicality. So I think his first thing was like, where are these people going to stay?
Yeah.
And they were very kind. I had my own room for the whole trip, which
You
was
had your own
nice.
house for the own.
I had our own house for the last few days, so it was very nice of them. But yeah.
And then there was more surprise. There was more people joining. That was also supposed to be a surprise. And I think within the space of like an hour, I think I mentioned it in some way or another like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And I think by the second or third time he had caught on, and now he was just pretending like he didn't know.
By the second time he caught on, by the third time it was confirmation, by the fourth time he thought, okay, now it's time for me to say something.
Yeah.
In your defense, slight defenses, the problem is you also had, in me, I can only speak for myself. In me, you had the worst possible person to fucking spill the beans in front of, because when that happened, I did not have a fucking clue what to do.
Yeah, well,
I didn't know how to paper over that crack.
the last time that it did happen, it was sort of like all of you looked at me, and as soon as you guys looked at me, I was like, oh shit, I fucked that up. And then there was just like awkward silence, and I looked at him, and he looked at me smiling, and I was just like, oh god. And the problem was that I was so relieved that I had kept the secret of us coming that by the time we got there, I just felt this massive sense of relief, and then let it all go. I'm not good at surprise, and it is actually a sincere plea to us that we can stop with this flippin' surprise birthday thing now, because we have to do it for another friend, Björn, every year basically. Every time it's his birthday, his wife kindly wants him to surprise us with something.
I'm right now racking my brain just to double check if there's
no
an upcoming
none
surprise
that has been mentioned to me, but
okay. Maybe
like
there's a reason for that.
point,
Wink, wink. No,
Yeah.
we've surprised him so often in the last 3 years. I feel like now when it comes to his birthday, it would be a surprise if we didn't do anything. Like maybe we don't even wish him a happy birthday.
I mean, I think surprise and disappointment, I think it would be a mixed bag of feelings.
You never know. Sometimes maybe he's
And
disappointed when we
loneliness.
lure him to the airport and we're like, hey, and he's like, oh shit.
Yeah,
The coffee's great here.
Yeah, now we have to travel. Now I have to travel with these guys for 2 weeks. Other than that, you guys spent a week there on playing golf. After I left, it was supposed to be my trip, but I handed it over to Klaus. Let's put it this way: Klaus treated himself to a week's worth of golf. How was that?
The golf was amazing.
Sure,
Like
you would
the-
say that
Well, why?
because you played your socks off.
Well, I meant
Played
the
out of your socks.
I meant
Your
the socks were off.
Yeah,
No,
socks came off.
No, I'm saying the golf was amazing in terms of the courses that we played.
Yeah.
The courses were really fantastic. I mean, probably one of the courses that we paid the most for was maybe a little bit on the disappointing side.
Which one was that?
He can never remember the names. It's so funny.
I can never
The amount
remember the names.
and you know how he loves chatting to like people, and they would always chat to this friendly young gentleman. Where have you played? That's fucking Irish. Doesn't matter. And Klaus would be like,
I can only remember the one we just played, and they're like, Dominic!
No, we've played in the West before as well. I'm just like, God damn it. Then the thing is, he can't remember the West either.
Yeah.
And then he's like,
And then I'm like, yeah, we played in the West. We played in Gullen. He's like, no, that's in the East. I was like, yeah, no, we were in the West in East Lothian.
Yeah.
anyway, so Blegari. I mean, I see your disappointment. I think it was also the worst weather we had on that Monday. So from that sense, I think also maybe I have a little bit more nerdy appreciation for particularly the second one we played, because I've read so many books about the architect that designed it. So on every hole I was like, oh my God. But I get why you would see. Particularly the thing is, the
Is
value.
that the equivalent of like a Harry Potter fan seeing the Harry Potter train, like seeing a golf course that you've read a book about the designer of?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never seen the Harry Potter train. I have read the books though, but I don't think I'd be as excited by seeing the Harry
There's an
Potter
Australian
train.
rugby player called Harry Potter. I wonder if it would be the same seeing him.
Probably not.
He started against the British and Irish Lions. I thought
Well,
it was a
were
typo.
his parents murdered by a man that looks like a snake?
You're getting all your wires twisted here.
Anyway, but it was good selection of courses. Klaus played out of his socks, as Maxi already said. Personal best 3 times, I think.
Yeah, kept on beating my personal best.
That's wild.
So I personally see it as an early Christmas miracle that I was even able to fucking keep up with him.
You guys drew 4-4, right?
4-4. Yeah.
Played 8 rounds in 4 days.
Yeah.
Long days?
Yeah.
Very long.
Did you guys pivot?
Actually, we played 9 rounds of golf.
Okay, yeah.
Because then we went to a mate's place on the last day and played on a simulator. And we played Oakmont.
Yeah.
We played the 418 holes.
Jesus. I thought you guys had cancelled one of the rounds of golf because you wanted to go out on the one night.
Yeah, we replaced it with another
We
one.
moved it later.
Okay.
I'll be honest. Like I think, particularly with the social engagements in the evening, I think 2 is too much every day, 4 days in a row. I think the best way to probably do it is do at the days where you can do like the full day tickets. Yeah. Definitely do the full day tickets because there's a lot of value for it. But then on those, and then the next day though, just do one. Like, be a bit more humane.
Probably one of the highlights was like Carnoustie was incredible. And anybody that we spoke to on the course, they were like, are you playing the championship course? And we were like, no, we're just playing the Button and the Burnside, which is the cheaper courses. And they're like, oh yeah, that's great, because in terms of conditioning, they reckon they're exactly the same. It's like you get no better value playing the championship course. So that was quite nice to hear that we were essentially playing the same type of course. And then when we played Royal Musselburgh, I thought that course was really, really cool. Massive like undulations. Like Dom was trying to film with his drone and it was just going up and down and up and down. That was epic.
Same designer as Blegari.
So did you get some cool footage of the trip?
I got some cool footage. Probably could have done more. Still figuring out the whole drone thing, but I think together with the film camera footage we took and some of the photos and plus the drone sort of following, I think you could maybe cut it into some cool stuff.
What are we looking at here? Are we looking at a little reel, or are we just looking
I think I was hoping to do a reel per day kind of thing.
Okay.
But we'll see. I need to see how the vision comes together. But yeah.
Talking about that Scotland trip, it's one of my sort of observations of that week is I was obviously on crutches, and the one night we didn't go out, but we went to our famed drinking hole. What was it called?
Finnegan's,
which is like a
Irish dance bar in
Edinburgh. It's quite big. And there's a live band that comes on very late, and we were there for majority of the time that there wasn't a live band on. And all of you were being merry, and I was sitting on my little high chair, and then someone just out of nowhere pops up with a guy on crutches, and I can't remember who it was.
I think it was Knights.
He denies it, and they positioned this gentleman in front of me and said, "Look, another man on stilts," and then just left him with me.
I don't think Knights actually went and got him. I think he happened to walk past and was standing there, and then it was kind of just like
this dude was trying to get out, and then someone stopped him and was like, "Look, here's another man who's injured." And then
it might also not have been any of us. Maybe it was his mates.
That was definitely one of our group, because I there was a look of like panic on my face because I was like, "Why? No, what?" And then this man who was extremely Scottish started talking to me, and then what do you say? You exchange injuries. He had twisted his ankle. I had ruptured my Achilles.
You give him the 2 fingers like motorcyclists.
Twisted ankle.
Well, I think probably like sprained.
Okay. Okay.
But then, what else do you want me to say to the guy after
Listen,
that?
I don't remember this happening, so it was definitely not me.
The worst was, Knights then pulled up a chair for him and was like, "Here, would you like
No,
to
but that's
sit?"
just looking after people that need
No,
care.
that's fucking bullshit.
See, but this makes me think it was Knights.
I don't. He vehemently denies that he's the one who stopped him. But I remember clearly him pulling out a chair in front of me and saying, "Would you like to sit?" Thank God this man had the sense to just, the guy on the crutches, say, "No, thank you, I'm leaving." Because I thought of it, and the equivalent is of, if you go with your partner, your girlfriend, to her friends, and then you've got to sit with the boyfriends of the friends, and then what if they're all weirdos, or what if you go on a double date with her friend, and then you've got to sit with the boyfriend, and now you've got to figure out what to talk about just because
I'm
you're a
feeling
man.
so ill. I think I'm gonna go home and then
then-
just leave.
It's like when your parents used to take you to like family friends' place, and then they're like, play with their child, and their child's like,
Sucks.
yeah, or you're like 16 and the kid's like 10, and you're like, the fuck am I supposed to do with him?
To me, it's boring.
Just go with you like, so football.
Yeah.
No, you like football. Okay. Then you go, video games. No. Fuck, what else is there?
Yeah,
that's a tough one.
Then the only thing they do is like collect like Magic the Gathering cards.
Yu-Gi-Oh,
or something
yeah.
like that.
Fucking
Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah.
Speaking of people on crutches, today I had a bit of an experience in the train. I was heading out west to pick something up, and I sat down.
Heading
Out
out west is
west.
such a dramatic way to say it.
Yeah, I just like, it's funny. Anyway, so I get in the train, and the train's relatively quiet when I do get in it, and there's a lady across from me wearing a mask, like a Corona type mask, and she had two like hiking sticks next to her.
Oh yeah.
And I think if you put luckily I'm quite sharp, so I put two and two together and realized this lady must be ill because mask and things, so she must have some sort of chronic illness or is disabled or whatever.
But they are those walking sticks, right? Like the ones that hikers have, or
Yeah, they're like the proper, like the sticks that you use for hiking. So it throws you off a little bit. But anyway, so her stop comes along. She can't get up while the train's still moving, clearly.
Yeah.
But she gets up and she's very late to the party and people already start streaming in. One lady pushes into her. She kind of soldiers on. And then the next lady just full on pushes her out the way.
Jesus.
And this lady turns around and screams at the top of her lungs, "Are you retarded? I'm disabled," and shouts at this lady, right? And then there was a bit of like a...
Are you retarded? I'm disabled.
Yeah. That's what she said. That's what she
Are
said.
you disabled? I'm
No,
disabled.
she said Bristol Bescheuert.
Okay.
Anyway, close. Anyway, so let's not nitpick. And
So I'm just trying to get the story.
so but then she goes on a merry way, and then there's a little bit of an argument between two of the passengers because the one guy's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And the lady turns around and she goes, "Listen, she should get proper scratches." So this lady blames the disabled lady for not having clearly marked, "I am disabled,"
Crutches.
walking assistance.
Paraphernalia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to get your thoughts on this. I must say, I think anyone who gets in the train before letting everyone get out first is an absolute asshole.
Yeah.
But how long do you want to wait?
That's true. That's
if
true.
this lady wasn't ready,
Yeah,
people
that's
are going to
true.
be like,
But then my second point is, I very rarely feel like there's a reason to like push someone.
no, there's very, very few reasons.
Also, not
Yeah.
push somebody into the train.
Anyway, but then I do feel like the lady has a point. It's like, if you want me to know, get crutches.
So
Because
if she-
otherwise, I think you're just a stupid tourist that wants to do 25 kilometers walking the city and has brought fucking hiking sticks.
Is this what you think of people with mental disabilities but no physical ailment?
Hey? No, because
Because you wanted to have a sign on the
thing
chest
is,
saying, like, I'm disabled.
the thing is, if you push someone that has a mental, I feel like it's way more, the gravity of pushing someone that has like that struggles to walk, to me is more intense than someone who has a mental disability, right? Like, I just feel like if your main ailment is you being disabled and like having trouble walking, then the lady, I still don't condone what she did, but it is a quite interesting point.
So I've felt a lot of people have taken my injury into consideration, and I can see how you need that little bit of a sign to say, "Oh, careful."
Yeah.
You shouldn't be barging in, but yeah, I sort of get where she's coming from, but I never understand those people who like are waiting, like they're like scratching their feet outside, and as soon as that door opens, they fucking run because they see one seat in the corner that they need to sit in. I'm like, people.
It's a pity you weren't there because I would have introduced you guys. Would have said, "Hey, look at that,
friends."
But
not
you wouldn't
crutches friends.
But you
because-
wouldn't have recognized her.
No, I like the mask, and then I was in the train long enough with this lady to see that she's got issues.
The thing on these
One of Max's friends.
on these public when public transport is really full and you're sort of you get pushed more and more into like the middle of between two doors and your stop comes up and nothing moves. I've sometimes found myself with headphones in and then I can't control my volume so well. So then I go, sorry, and then no one does anything. And then I think I go completely the other direction. because then I go,
Overcompensate.
sorry. And people are like fucking jumping and you split the sea a little bit there.
Yeah.
And then eventually you just have to push. Because
You do
people
have
don't
to
get
push.
out the way. And then it's all about violence.
And then the next people are coming in.
Yeah. But then if you push someone disabled by accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hiking sticks can be crutches too.
Yeah.
Just
I remember
just a small
seeing
warning.
people hike around Zoo Lake, the zoo in Joburg. They were always white middle-aged ladies, and there was like 4 of them, and then they had their sticks, and they were power walking around the zoo there.
It was a fad, right?
I think it was with those sticks. I don't know what
You
benefit
see it in
they
Austria.
serve.
You see it in Austria a lot. I
On
feel like
flat surface.
yeah.
What is the benefit of those things?
I
I
don't
think it's
think
because you get your arms moving more. I think there was something scientific about it.
It's supposed to inspire a Tom Cruise run.
I had when I was watching the golf in Munich, I had an umbrella with me the whole time, a golf umbrella, just because there was rain forecast every day, and I must say it was quite nice to just have something in your hand, and like walk along, and I would just like kind of every now and then just
You should start smoking.
why?
You'll have something in your hand the whole
No,
time.
but an umbrella won't fucking slowly kill me from the inside out. Just a small technicality.
Yeah.
Just walk around with a golf club and then you can like
Well, what are
lean
these
against
people
it.
doing with their hands when they don't have anything in? Do they like stick them by their side and they don't move at all?
Those are people that on the dance floor used way too much arms as well, probably. Because that's
no-
what as people
no
get.
arms.
No arms at
It's
all.
one or the other.
Yeah.
And then it's like the middle-aged white person thing to do on the dance floor. Either too much arms or no arms at
I'm
all.
starting to realize that I need like to limber up before I get onto the dance floor. If I get on cold, I can't really find the rhythm. So I need to sort of almost like sway in the background a little bit and just sort of get in. just
Figure out what the beat is.
just
Do you need
oil up the fucking.
Do you need a walkout song or something?
I just feel like when I get on the dance floor, I'm pretty stiff and I'm not moving so well.
I said that to someone recently. I was like, I don't dance enough anymore. And like, I used to not give 3 shits. And now on the dance floor, I do feel very mechanical. And back
Yeah.
in the day, I was far from mechanical. It's disappointing.
No,
It's because you forget the moves.
No.
you need to
I
awaken
think
the
the
beast.
moves pass us by. That's the problem. And now when we get out there, people are like, "Is this what people?"
Before you know it, you're doing a TikTok dance.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
No.
Yeah. Anything else you want to share with us, Klaus, on your end?
I had a shoot now over the weekend. It was this like fashion activation, brand activation thing for kids.
Sounds fun.
I mean, the actual shoot for me as a videographer was great, but I think for the parents there, it was an absolute nightmare.
How old were the kids?
Anything between the age of 5 and 16, 17.
Okay.
And there was a lot of queues because there was 6 different brands, and they're all handing out free stuff. But it wasn't like you could just walk up and get a free bag. It was you can walk up, then what's your name? Now we're gonna customize this bag. So it all took forever. Then there was people getting like bedazzled teeth and like they were getting like jewels like stuck on their teeth, and they sat there for like half an hour. But there was like 40 people in the queue, so you can calculate how long that took. And so the kids would then run off and do their thing, and there was just a whole bunch of parents standing in these queues for ages and just getting absolutely livid with the situation. And then by the time they finally got to the front, then the child was nowhere to be found. Now they're screaming, Timmy, come over here. And then Timmy would come over and they'll finally get this thing. Then they'll go stand on the next queue. Then the kids would throw a tantrum. The parents were finished. There was like beanbags around the outside area, and
Yeah.
there was just a whole bunch of parents like just lying in the beanbags. It's absolutely done.
So it's fashion brands
Yeah.
that put on like activations for kids,
Yeah.
but behind it all, it is the motivation for the kids to get into the fashion that these brands are.
You,
Early acquisition.
Exactly. They essentially want to go and like hype the kids up to have an emotional connection with that brand. So like Nike was like more like football themed, and they had like this little arena with LED lights all around the wall. and you would stand in the circle, and then whenever the LED went green, you had to then kick the ball onto that panel, and then you can get points. And if you got a certain amount of points, you would win a whatever.
Keyring.
if you only got 2 points, you'd get a keyring. Yeah.
That's
And it was
for what did you say, between 6 and 15?
yeah.
That's a nice and early way to get the 6-year-olds addicted.
Early
There's probably
adopters.
There was probably some fucking dodgy guys at the back telling all the kids, listen, you can buy things on invoice on Zalando.
Yeah.
You don't even have to add any payment payment terms.
You don't even
Just
need to
get
know
that-
the credit card of your
Just,
parents.
you just have to know your address. Get all that stuff shipped.
100%.
And then it just magically arrives and you never have to pay for it.
Dude, it was unreal. The other thing that was unreal was that, like, we were often looking for kids that we could film. Like, hey, do you mind if we film you? Because we need for this recap video that we're doing. Some kids were like, would approach us. We're like, hey, do you guys need some kids to film? We've got some ideas. I've just bought a pancake. Come film me with my pancake and film me how I eat it. And I was like, this is a different kind of like childhood, because we didn't grow up like that. These kids all want to be on TV, on Instagram and TikTok. They want to be filmed. There was like all these kid influencers where kids were going absolutely nuts for them. I've never seen these people.
There's some hectic new documentaries that's come out about
It's
those like child
watched that.
influencers.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the ruling on because they're all underage, so I assume all the parents will sort of sign a waiver when they go in there that they
there's waivers signed that
signing their
Probably
kids'
when you
image
buy a
rights
ticket
away.
to the event or something,
Yeah.
you have a box that you have to tick and that you
exactly.
have to.
I think there was an extra one for kids that you take responsibility that your kids will be photographed and filmed.
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, but for the parents, it looked like an absolute nightmare. Even like queuing to get into the place, there was some sort of an issue because I think there was photo shoots happening at the event before the crowd, or before the guests were allowed in, and so there's a little bit of a delay. And there's this one kid standing at the front, and I was standing there because I was filming the queues, and he kind of like looks at me, then he looks at the ground. He looks at me and then he just goes, ugh, and just throws up
bath.
straight next to the lady who's checking in people. And his mom goes, "Is like, Jonas, why didn't you tell me you were going to be sick? We would have gone to the side. You don't have to throw up right here on the pavement." And he's like, "Yeah, my tummy hurts." And then he's like standing there for another 30 seconds. Nobody's doing anything about the vomit. I mean, it wasn't
What are you
too
gonna
much.
do? Kick it aside.
Dude, then he goes for round 2. Now all of it comes out. It's fucking everywhere. I was standing next to the event organizers. Nobody had a cooking clue of how to deal with that situation.
No, but Jonas is in the queue, bro. He wants to get in.
Yeah. Also, vomiting as a child is a little bit more of it's a completely different experience because you're not sure what's happening to your body, and like that stuff when it comes, you're like,
Yeah,
this
but
is it.
We're talking about a kid who was like 15 years old. We're not talking about a 5-year-old. This
Yeah,
guy
listen, I mean-
he was old enough to like be able to move to the fence. And
Yeah, right. To be fair, you say that it was a nightmare for the parents. I don't know if there's any day those sort of day fairs activities for children that are fun for the parents. Unless there's a space to drink, I don't see where the fun for the parents is, because or it's like a theme park where you can actually go on rides with the kids. But when it's like those, like, do you remember those like school festivals we used to have? My parents used to drop me off and be like, "Listen,
I'll pick you up later."
yeah, you do you, and you know where to find us later. Come find us there. We'll be sitting. We'll be having some wine. We'll be having some food. But I'm not standing here with you."
Yeah, fair enough. But you were a nightmare as a kid, you told me.
Still a nightmare now. Right.
Nice.
Anything else to add?
Speaking of kids, the only thing I saw today which worried me slightly was I was in the tram and I was cruising up the street, and then all of a sudden I see quite a lot of police presence. And I don't know if it was take a girl child to work day or something, but out of this van jumps what could have been of the police van, like a 13-year-old girl in like a police, like, I don't know if it was a bulletproof vest or just a vest with police. And the grown-up male with her seemed to think, "Listen, okay, today you're part of us," and started like telling her to like
Secure the scene.
yeah, direct traffic and shit. And I was like, "What the fuck?"
Maybe it's one of those at-risk youths that they take along to be like, "Listen, get your shit in order, or this is what's gonna."
Maybe, but yeah, I was just like, I don't know if this is right.
Or it's like that movie Ride Along with Kevin Hart, and that's their Kevin Hart.
She was about a head taller than Kevin Hart, though.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a German version.
But yeah, that was a bit strange. She was probably at that.
Sabine.
She was probably at that. She was probably.
Sabine
At,
Herz.
she was probably at that Zalando thing on Saturday, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right. Thanks for listening, everybody. That's another episode of What a Week. If you haven't subscribed yet and you do enjoy the content, we do appreciate if you subscribe. We've got a rugby episode that you can listen to that came out on Tuesday, where we cover everything that happened over the last 2-3 weeks, with some emphasis on the first Lions test. That's it for now, and we'll see you next week.
Cheers.
Bye.